everyone, my name is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you a few of the hair stuff that I've been using, and I hope that you like it. If you do find that this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and help me raise awareness against human trafficking and child sex slavery. So a lot of you have been writing me comments and emails that you really like my hair. So thank you very much. As I mentioned in my other videos, my hair are basically extensions. So this, as you can see, it's just where my collarbone is, and it takes forever to grow. I've been wearing hair extensions for a very long time. I would say at least 15 years. And I get a lot that, does it break your hair? Technically, no. Extension is a beautiful thing. Honestly, it's a lifesaver. So those of you who want to get extensions, please go consult your hairstylist and learn more about it. The one that I have in my hair is Fusion. I've tried clip-on before, I tried tape before, I tried all the methods out there, but I just find that of all the methods that they have, Fusion is still my favorite because it's strand by strand. It's easy to do updos, it's easy to do things to it. When you have like a clip-on or a tape-in, you can't really do much because it's a thick stripped of band hair. Now, the Fusion is easier to hide. Again, Fusion, don't mislead it for glue, because glue, when you say glue extension, is when you get a strip of hair and you glue it onto the scalp. So that is glue. Fusion is when the bond is fused to your hair and it's off your scalp, which is very important. Fusion, I know there's different types of hair from different companies, and some of the bond is really, really hard, meaning it's great for those of you who are doing gym, workout, swimming, because it's resistant against all of those, but at the same time, if it's too strong, when you take it out, it will break your hair because it's so hard to get out. If you have any doubts, I always do a strand test, meaning I would do a strand on them, they go home for a day or two. If they're comfortable with it, they come back and get the whole thing done. If not, at least they're not losing out on too much money and not that they don't like it. I've been having these hair extensions for at least, I would say, 14 years, and I replace them every 6 months. So I'm trying to grow my hair out. So that's the situation with my hair. Now, this is my hairstyle with hot rollers. So I have videos on that, so you can check it out on my previous video. But today I'm just going to show you some of my favorite hair stuff today. So I know a lot of ladies love to have that beachy wave look. A lot of times people get their hair perm and it's either it's over processed or it's under processed or it's too dry. I have clients coming to the salon from another person who permed their hair and it didn't even take. It ended up frying their hair. So those of you who want to wake up with that nice wavy kind of hair, no heat kind of thing, there are solutions out there. So they have these rods that you see here. So they come in many sizes. So this I think is the jumbo size, and this is like a medium size, and they have a tighter one. So I used this one last night, and it gives me that tight curl. So I went and bought this one, which is a bit bigger. So with these, they're great. So what I do at night is that I will wash my hair, sit in front of a fan, let it air dry because it's summer, it's really hot. And then when it's like about, I would say, 80% dry, I put these guys in. When you put these on, there's a way to put it on so that it's sleep comfortable. Pull all of your hair up so that these guys are like up here. Then when you're sleeping, it won't be in your way. Divide it into how many rods you have. So let's say I have 5 here. So I would take panels and I would try to pull it up 90 degrees of the head. So by doing this, also lifting your root to get that volume on the top as well. So what I do is I curl it in, especially with the ends. I try to tuck it in. So whether you have one length hair or layer hair, doesn't matter. When it's down, I just fold it in, I give it a squeeze, and it stays. And then I can continue doing it for the rest of the hair, trying to get all of it up around here so when you sleep, it won't be in your way. So when you let this set for about a good 7-8 hours, when you take it out in the morning, it's beautiful. And then you can put a bit of shine stuff or anti-frizz stuff just to like, if there's frizziness, but it's like so you're styling your hair while you're sleeping. So that's what I've been doing with these rods, and I find that I get good results with them. So the bigger the rods, the looser your wave. The tighter or the smaller the rods, the tighter your curl is. Concept is the smaller the section, the bigger the hair, the tighter the curl. The bigger the section, the smaller the hair, the looser the curl. Okay? It's best to do this when the hair is a little bit damp or after it's being washed, because after you wash the hair have a bit of moisture, which means it will take the style. Another point I want to make is that if your hair has been straight ironed, you cannot restyle it unless if you wet it or you reheat it. Meaning if I straighten my hair and I want to do this, it won't take, because the bonds of your hair has already been formed. So which means you have to wash your hair and then do this, then it works. But if you straight iron your hair and you want to curl it, either the heat had to be really high to have it curl, if not then it won't curl because the bond has already been set. But the other hand is if you have your hair curled with a curling iron and then you want to straighten it, it's easier to straighten than to have straightened hair become curly, because when it's straightened, it's hard to rebond the hair again unless it's broken down by water or stronger heat. So that's what I've been using to wave my hair at night. And those of you who want to try this method, you can get these at beauty supply store. They're very cheap. They're like $7. Next thing I want to share with you is smoothing serum. So there's tons. There are hundreds in the market. With product, I have to honestly tell you, you have to try it in order to know if it works for you. Because what works on Jennifer's hair doesn't mean it'll work on Kelly's hair, or whatever works on Kelly's hair doesn't mean it'll work on Melissa's hair. But at least when someone have used the product, they have narrowed down all the errors so that when you use it, at least you have a feedback. But still, you need to try it yourself. So one of them that I have is Babyliss Pro Organ Oil. This one, I have to be honest, I don't really like it. I find it's very greasy. I find it's very heavy. Probably for someone with thicker hair, curlier hair texture, but for someone that's my hair, I find it's very heavy. So I would say I have a full bottle and I don't even use it. So that's pretty, it's not for my type of hair. The next one I have is by Joico. This is a dry oil spray. I would say it's okay. Again, I find that it's very oily. Try it. It wasn't good on my hair, personally. It's the A&G Color Care Texture Spray. This is great. I find that, let's say if I style my hair and it's so frizzy, let's just bring up the texture of your haircut and your hairstyle. So if you are looking for like a nice texture spray, I find this one's really good. Lastly, what I've been using is the Joico K-Pack Color Therapy Restorative, sorry if I'm pronouncing it right, styling oil. So it looks like this. It smells nice. I like the smell. But the surprising thing is, even though it's an oil, and this is a dry spray, this is less oily than this, believe it or not. So I always say, a lot of time I have to stress to you, we neglect our hair. We really do. We care for our skin. You put moisturizer on it, you put sunscreen on it, you put a primer, a foundation, and concealer and to protect it. But yet, a lot of time we don't use anything on our hair. And you have to understand that your hair has pores as well. You don't see it, but you do. Like a strand of hair, you look at the roof of your house and there are scales. So under the microscope, the strand of hair is like scales. Those of you who have porous ends or hair that's very porous, it tends not to hold the color, or it tends to be very frizzy. It's because our hair is lacking moisture. And a lot of time people don't use any hair care products is because they're afraid their hair's get too oily, or they don't feel comfortable. But you have to understand, your hair needs the same care as your face. If you leave your hair just naked, is what I say, meaning you don't have anything to protect it, the sun gets into it, dirt gets into it, or pollution around you gets into it, it becomes very dry, it becomes very unmanageable, it doesn't listen to you, it does whatever it wants. It's because it's not being cared for. A lot of time we don't realize it, but the wind, the sun, and whatever is outside, pollution, does a lot of damage to our hair without us knowing. Just because our hair doesn't have any sense, feeling, or it doesn't hurt you like mentally, you think that it doesn't suffer, but it does. And it suffers by telling you that your hair is splitting, your hair is not growing to a certain length, or your hair is getting less and less each day because it's not being cared for. With this, usually just a pump is enough. So what I do is I rub it all over my hand, like this. So what I do is I start from the inside of my nape first. The hair there gets a lot of friction with your clothing because it's at the back. When you put products in your hand, you automatically go to the top. That's why it gets very oily at the top. So pay attention to the part that need it most, which is here. Okay? The inside, the ends of the hair. Okay? And then lastly, whatever I have left, I put it at the front and on the top by running my hand through my hair like this. So as you can see, I can run my hand through my hair a lot more smoother, and that is what you want to feel regardless if it's so windy outside. You run your hand through and it's tugging, and as you take your hand out and you see hair, and basically you're basically plucking the hair out of your head, is what I call it. My videos are not sponsored. No one pays me to do this, so you don't have to worry that I am not being honest or whatever. I'm just giving you my honest feedback. I usually touch it up about 2 times a day. So basically it's like a water bottle for your hair. Treat your hair and keep it healthy by getting it trimmed properly. 1/4 of an inch each 4 to 6 weeks or 12 weeks is highly recommended. And it's true, when you cut your hair, trim your hair often, it grows faster. When the ends of the hair are healthy, the whole strand of hair can survive and it will grow out. That's why a lot of you who color your hair, you see your root growing, but you don't see your length growing because you are holding on to those split ends that are not doing any good for you. If you are growing your hair and they cut 3 inches off every time you come, it's not going to grow. But if they understand that you're growing it and they just trim 1/4 of an inch, maybe they won't be able to get all of your split ends in that one appointment. But as you come back and it grows out and they cut it and just trying to heal your hair and try to get it healthy again, then you will grow your hair to the length that you want it to. Talk to your hairstylist. I find that even with my clients, a lot of them, they don't really talk or they know how to explain themselves to you. But you kind of have to either ask them clearly what they want, or you need to understand what they need, right? So I really help them grow it by cutting 1/4 of an inch every time they come, every 2 months, because I know that every inch, every centimeter is a huge thing to someone who's trying to grow their hair. Please think of your hairstylist as your hair doctor. So both of you are on the same level and both of you will be happy in the end. So that's enough for my video today. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and help me raise awareness against child sex slavery and human trafficking. You may be saving someone you know.